missing link, what we can do to get your business to the next level. Most of that is between those ears. So, obviously, to be a success in anything, you need to have the right vehicle. The right vehicle would be the business opportunity or the system that you're using. So, for example, a notary business might not be for everybody, right? So, the same way that other businesses aren't for everybody. There's people who make a killing selling life insurance, and it may not be for you. It's kind of not for me either. I do it on the back end. I don't do so much of that on the front end. I definitely don't cold call people and all that nonsense. But I do have ways of generating leads from all different kinds of angles, and I'm not about to let money slip through the cracks, so I do have insurance licenses. But point being that doing the typical way that business is run is definitely not my particular cup of tea, so it wasn't the right vehicle. However, some of the things that we do are a very good fit for me, like credit repair, for example. I like having the renewal income that comes with that. It makes it a really good, having that steady cash flow for something that, other than the initial setup, is kind of a pretty easy thing. It makes it a good opportunity. So that's one of those vehicles that I like. I like our legal documents because we can do pretty fast turnaround with that. So, X factor, mindset, have the right vehicle. Next, what you need to do is, and I probably said this before, but garbage in, garbage out, right? So it's unfortunate that, especially for new notaries, that they go to Facebook groups and they end up stumbling on a lot of negativity, mainly from seasoned notaries that are giving them the negativity, which is unfortunate because they should be embracing them and coaching them and teaching them rather than just scolding them for stuff that they don't know or for being new. That's it's really unfortunate that happens to them. But if the mindset's not right there, if there's too much garbage going in, garbage will come out. So you may have to distance yourself from that. So I use those platforms mainly for a tool for finding other notaries to do assignments for us, so for our agency. So that's the principal use of it for me. Every once in a while I'll put an article up there or comment on something or make a post, but don't really have a whole lot of involvement with all those negative butt wipes. All right. So mindset, and this is one thing that Mr. Wills and I can both agree on is having an attitude of gratitude. He's really big on that. I myself am too. You should be grateful. You should look for what's going good and focus on that and be thankful for that. It changes your perspective. It keeps you in a good frame of mind and a good state of mind. The exact opposite of that would be like an entitled mindset. And not only does nobody really like people like that, but I feel like if that is where you sit, you tend to probably always be in a bad mood or a bad way. So, attitude of gratitude. I woke up today and was thankful that I didn't have flat tires on my car, because if you don't know this about me, I will tell you this, that tires pop around me. So I actually have a tutorial video I did a while back, and it was showing how to hook up a power inverter, or mainly the right amperage of power inverter for if you're running a scanner or a printer out of your car. And I showed the full-size spare, and I say I like to have a full-size spare so that it doesn't slow me down, so I'm not putting a donut on my car. But the truth actually is that tires seem to pop all the time on me, so I've just learned to keep a stash of tires around. Hey, just adapt and overcome, right? So, and I'm not even making that up. That's I popped more tires in my lifetime, I think. I probably have the Guinness Book of World Record for popped tires, and that is weird. But hey, you just deal with it, right? I mean, the same way you would deal with anything else, right? I mean, if you had a chronic condition, you just kind of learn to adapt and deal with this. Is kind of the way the way it is, and I'm just going to have to work around that. And I'm not really comparing it to that, but I'm just giving you the illustration that I have a chronic condition of chronically popping vehicle tires, even if they're brand new, even if they're run flats, even if it's a rental. Boy, I don't know. All right. So, today I am grateful that there are no flat tires at the moment. But if there is, I will be grateful that I have a spare to put on. So there you go, perspective. So moving from that, I think an important thing to do, see, some people are just like Rocky Balboa, right? They're just eye of the tiger, and they can just go out and grind. And then some of us, we have a lot of impetus to overcome. And I think that impetus can be overcome through simplicity, through breaking things down into easier steps and with small rewards. So what do I mean? I think the biggest thing that you can do for yourself today and tomorrow, and continue to do this through your life, would be to get outside of your comfort zones. So we all have things that we are our comfortable life, the way we're doing things. Let's face it, if you're starting out as a notary and you go out and you do your first couple of jobs, you're probably getting outside of your comfort zone, right? Now I do see in the groups a lot of people who are trigger shy. So they're like, I'm just not ready yet. I'm not ready to go do my first signing. Hey, you're ready. Go do it. Go mess it up. It's okay. It's okay. Hey, it happens. We've all botched one, right? Go do it, okay? Get out of your comfort zone and go do it. Go do your first signing, okay? Go do your first notarization. Just do it. Get out of your comfort zone and do it. Now, if that's not an issue for you, maybe you're more seasoned, it might be something else that's outside of your comfort zone. So constantly be thinking about that. How can I push the envelope? Maybe it's making a cold call. Maybe it's DMing somebody. When I was doing insurance, we used to door knock. That's about as uncomfortable as it gets. But getting outside of your comfort zone is a great way to know that you are growing. And you can do baby comfort zone steps, right? You can do baby things. It might be something that is more simpler than that. You don't have to take that big leap. You don't have to decide that you're going to be an Olympic athlete tomorrow, but you can decide that maybe you're going to private message a few people and ask them to use your services or ask them to refer you. Okay? And then that gets easier. First one's hard, next one's easier, next one's easier, next one's easier. So with that in mind, I think the next thing that we should do often, especially as business owners, is we tend to focus on things that aren't the most important things. So we tend to fixate on low priority things rather than things that already have a proven track record with our business. So for example, so what I call income producing IPA, income producing activities. What is an income producing activity for you? What has historically proven to earn you income? And doing more of those, like Grant Cardone says, 10x everything. Well, if you aren't skilled at digital marketing yet, and I say yet because you should get skilled at least at a novice level, you obviously are going to hopefully learn those skills, but you can look at what skills you already have and what you've already done in your business that has worked and do more of that and make it a priority to do more of that. So if it was calling companies, if it was passing your card out and that was working, do a lot more of that while you get those skills to do other things. I remember when I first had our website converted to WordPress, it was all HTML, so it wasn't, I didn't have a lot of the plugins that make it so you can do what they call, they basically call it front screen editing or live editing. So it was all code, but I needed to make changes to it. So I had to learn to read the code and learn to make the edits in code. So it's a comfort zone that I had to get out of, right? So, or I had to get out of my comfort zone. I had to do that, but that was also, ironically, an income-producing activity because once I learned to do that, I was able to duplicate pages over and over again and expand my business by expanding the exposure in the coverage area. So, with just that simple skill set, developing that skill set, and then 10xing it, so to say, and then that's not enough, 10x some more, 10x something else. But constantly be in a state of growth, in a growth mindset, to where you're going to learn new skills and you're going to evaluate. And it's okay to accept the critique of others, but it's not okay to subject yourself to criticism, right? Constant criticism from other people. So there's a difference between the two things, and that's what I'm trying to draw there. So what else can we do to amplify this X factor? Well, like I said, garbage in, garbage out. Well, garbage in, garbage out, I'm talking about your headspace, but it also goes with your, with your body. If you are constantly putting garbage in, your performance, your duration, the ability for you to perform optimally or at peak may be limited. So, and for some people it's not. But if you're one of those people who struggles with focus, then you should look at doing that. You maybe need some dietary modifications that can increase your performance. I mean, try it out. Try it out for, a day, 2 days, 3 days, a week, whatever. Try it out, though, and see if your performance doesn't increase with that strategy. So, and I touched on something there that is the next X factor, and that is focus, okay? Focus is probably, all those things are important, but focus is the most important. So having laser-like focus on what your objectives are. What are my goals for my business this year? What do I need to do to reach those goals? What do I need to focus on? And then if you focus on those things and you do those things and you know what it is you need to do, you will get there. It might be at a snail's pace, but it'll happen. That's it for today. Notary Ninja out. We'll see you next time.